Stressed? Why? Tell me why. I think I lost you.
Lots of work.
Okay, lots of work, yes.
Yeah, I need to sleep.
Me too.
But
Sleep and
a whole day.
okay, let's do it faster.
But a whole day. I need to sleep a whole day.
24 hours with
Yes.
and not waking up until the 25th hour. Oh, me too. But well, let's start with this. Okay, the question today is what's your favorite food and why? What will be your favorite food? Here in this slide, I put some pictures and photographs, and we have here hamburgers and hot dogs, and we also have salad and shrimps and something that looks like very healthy food. So, what's your favorite food and why, Marisa?
I don't have a very favorite one. I like to eat all kinds of food.
But
Well,
it must
uh,
be one dish or something that may be your favorite,
hot dogs remind me my childhood.
your childhood.
Yes.
Yes. But during these days, what was your favorite food? I don't know. Last week.
Let me see. Chinese, I guess.
Chinese.
Chinese food. Yes.
Okay, so that kind of food has lots of vegetables, right?
Yes.
And this fried uh, fried chicken and fried pork and fried cow, no? Well, that's the Japanese food with lots of rice. So now, there, where do you live exactly?
I live in Guasave, Sinaloa.
Oh, there where you live.
Yes.
Uh, what kind of food or what food comes from that place, from Wasabi? Tell me a common dish there, a common food there in Wasabi.
Seafood is great here.
Ah, because you are nearby the
Yes.
ocean, right?
Yes, we
So
have
yes,
the sea.
you have the ocean over there. But
Yes.
seafood, like what? Is there any special dish or preparation?
Well, there in Las Glorias Beach, they make a special fish. They called it zarandeado.
Uh-huh. And what is all that about?
It has a mixture of mayo, mustard, and some spices,
Mm-hmm.
onion, and then they put it into the oven or maybe on the grill,
Uh-huh.
the oven or the grill, and the flavor is special. It's too good.
Oh, what is the fish? A
It's a
big
big
fish.
fish, a big fish.
Wow. So let's say hello to Rebecca. Rebecca, can you listen to us?
Yes, I can listen.
Rebecca, can you say something, please, to test your microphone?
A ver.
I think she cannot listen, but she should. Okay, Rebecca, whenever you're ready, you just let us know, please. So in this slide, what I put over here was pozole. Have you tried pozole?
I do. I did. Yesterday or some.
Do you like it?
Yes.
It's like a classical dish, no? Mexican classic. Well, here at the bottom, there is a seafood dish. I think you know this one. This is called aguachile, something like that.
Aguachile.
Yeah, and it's tasty. This one in the middle. It's like a molcajete, but it has some shrimps around. Do you know this one? This dish?
Some molcajete. It is called like that in here.
Just like that, molcajete.
Yes.
The one at the top, chiles en nogada. Have you ever tried them?
No,
No, never.
never.
Hello.
I think that it's a very nice dish, not only because of the preparation, but the decoration.
Here in
They are,
Guasave are prepared different, and they're
yes.
called chiles rellenos. But we don't use that stuff, the red stuff, the granada. They don't put that in here.
Well, yes, but chiles rellenos are different, no?
Yes.
With egg and with this preparation to have a kind of a tempura or something like that.
Yes, I've never tried chiles en nogada, only chiles rellenos.
Chiles rellenos. Well, they're good. And at the bottom, you can find quesadillas, which is very common, no? In many areas of this, or in many states of the
Yes.
Mexican Republic. There where you live, do you have quesadillas?
Yes, we have quesadillas.
But it's different, no? Because in the center of the Mexican Republic, the tortilla is made of corn. But in the north, of the Mexican Republic, the tortilla is made of
Floor.
with this flour.
It is made
So
with
what is
flour.
common there? Corn or flour?
In the north, both.
Wasabi. Do you
Mm.
eat tortillas made of corn or not?
Yes, both.
Both?
Hi, hello. I don't know if you can hear me.
I know it's not the same state, but one day I went to Hermosillo and there eat these huge tortillas and they call them sobaqueras. Do you have those ones there in Guasave?
Yes, and we made a big burrote with them. So
Hello, hello, hello.
What is that? A burrote, like this
Hello.
taco with beans?
No, it's full with meat.
Oh, it's different. It's because you guys there in the north have lots of meat over there.
Yes.
Even you can buy meat in at the airport, and that's weird.
Hello.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, finally.
Finally.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hello. I was having problems with my microphone, but I can listen everything.
Oh, perfect. So you were listening about our favorite food, right?
Right. I listen everything about the pozole and the tortillas.
So what would be your favorite food, Rebecca, and why?
My favorite food, I think, will be Japanese and Chinese food.
Esto.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Because Marisa told me the same thing, Japanese and Chinese. Well, no, she said Chinese food. Chinese food.
Yeah, maybe because it's a different flavor, I think. The seasoning and everything.
Well, but what about Mexican food? Mexican food is nice too.
Oh, yes, it's delicious. It has a lot of variety of food, but it's most, I think, common for me to eat it than to eat the
Chinese food.
other food, I think.
That's interesting. Where do you live exactly?
I live in Los Mochis, Sinaloa.
So it's like very close, no? Well, I don't know, not really, but Marisa, where do you live, Marisa? In Guasave, right?
It's like 40 minutes
Yeah.
from Los
Ah,
Mochis.
So you guys must know pretty much the same dishes and the same food, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So you also know las sobaqueras then.
Yes. I know the sobaqueras. The big tortillas.
Yes, but they're huge.
Yeah, very huge.
I mean, not only big, they're huge.
They made like burritos with them, and they call them, ay, ¿cómo se llaman? Burritos criminales.
Oh yes, they must be like that, no? Like assassins. There is another big tortilla in Mexico, the one in Oaxaca that it's called what is its name? Tlayuda.
La ayuda.
Ah, yes, the
It's
tlayudas.
a big tortilla, but not that big like the sobaquera. Sobaqueras
Ah,
are huge.
I saw a kind of tlayuda, but it was like in Chiapas. And it's not a big tortilla, and they prepare it like if it was gordita.
With something inside.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like lots of food. So here, another question.
uh-huh.
What food do you dislike? Here in this slide, we can see some pictures about this food, kind of food that is very interesting to me. And
Uh-huh.
most of them are insects. But in many places of our country and around the world, the people eat insects. I mean, and it's not a big deal. But have you ever tried one of these?
No.
Uh,
No, never?
I've never tried, but I already hate it.
I hate insects.
Why?
No.
Mm, you know, those insects, grasshoppers and crickets are
Mhm.
delicious.
No.
Really.
No, no, I can't.
Just
I'm
because
not
of the
glad.
aspect, I never tried.
Well, at the end, if you can eat with the eyes closed, no? And you
Maybe.
never notice, or I think yes, it's a kind of creepy, not like putting an insect in your mouth, but it's delicious. Well, can you see the video that is already in the screen?
Yes.
These are some of the weirdest food that you can find around the world. So there are many things that you cannot imagine that the people eat. No? In these past days, I was having a conversation with people from the south. I mean, Campeche and Yucatan and all those places. And they told me that the people there eat turtles in a soup. Have you ever heard about that?
No.
I've
No, I
heard
don't.
about it.
Would you eat a turtle? A turtle?
Nope. I can't.
It's like a kawama.
Well, yes, it's caguamas are one of the types of these animals. No, it's a big turtle.
I know. I don't like kawama. Oh, yeah, kawama.
I don't like it either.
No, no, no. I can't. It's like too like sticky, or I don't know how to describe that food.
But what is exactly that? It's a turtle.
It's a big one.
So you
In
guys eat
size.
turtle in Sinaloa?
It's not. How do you say this? It's how do you say prohibido?
It's supposed to be
Forbidden.
forbidden.
Forbidden. Yes.
It's supposed to be forbidden.
But people eat it.
Yeah.
And is
Clandestinamente.
it good? I mean,
I've never tried it.
I tried it once, but honestly, for me, it wasn't good. it's too sticky. It's too como medio babosito. I don't know how to say it. It's
Really?
weird.
Like a
Yeah.
nopal?
Um, it's almost like it, but not like the nopal. It's I don't know how to describe it. If you touch the meat, your fingers feel weird. It's sticky, but not like the nopal.
Mm.
Which is
But what about the flavor? They say that it tastes like chicken. Is that true?
I don't remember the flavor because I went without knowing that food. So when I tasted and someone tell me that was kawama, I know wakala. I didn't eat it. So it's weird because it's not like the meat. It's como chicloso. It's weird. I don't know how to say it. It's weird, but
Wow.
the people love it.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
but it's
Wow.
not for me.
I almost puke with that video. I'm gonna throw up.
It's unbelievable, no? How they eat those animals with fur and with the teeth and with the legs and the everything, no?
Uh-huh.
They just put them in the pot and they boil them and then they eat them.
That's it. Uh-huh.
So
They
that's
play with the food and then they eat it.
that's disgusting. But well, at the end, every place have or has their own customs or their own traditional dishes and ways to eat, no?
See, it's
But
part of their culture, I think.
yes, but sometimes it's like, wow, no?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop
Extreme.
it. Yeah, let's go back to our presentation because yes, it was like hard to see. But here in the pictures, at the middle, there is a dish with the most of these famous insects. I mean, the ones that we eat in Mexico. The maguey worms, which are very expensive. Have you ever tried them?
No.
No.
Those maguey worms are like very common in Hidalgo and in those states from the center of the republic.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
no.
that is because of the weather. In those places, they have lots of magueys. So they take them out from these plants, and you can buy them very expensive.
Mm.
If you want, for example, a little bag with, I don't know, I'm thinking in 100 grams, but that is too much. You can pay around 300 pesos for a little bit, for a little bag, for 2 tacos. So it's very expensive, and at the end, you are eating worms, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
you have to work like 3 hours to eat them.
yes,
Clean them.
exactly.
Oh,
To
thanks.
eat a taco, no? Yes,
No.
you're right. And the crocodiles, I mean the crocodiles that it are like creepy, no? Like to
Mm-hmm.
bite them. But
No, no, no.
there are people that likes it, and well,
Disgusting.
yes, it's a little bit weird, very weird. But what do you think about this? Why do you think it's disgusting? Give me your reasons why.
I don't know. Just because I see the worms, it feels like, ugh, I don't know. It's disgusting for me.
What about you, Rebecca? What do you think about this?
I
What,
think
because
because they are
do you
insects
know that
and
they are well, they have a high level of protein.
yeah, I know that. I also know that they are not the regular insects that we can find in our houses. They they no es cultivar, es
Mm. I understand they have a special
Granjas and farms.
places in which they reproduce them, no?
Yeah.
Controlled environment.
Yes.
Yeah, that is
It's
what I.
kind of it's kind of difficult to associate them with food. I think it's like in the here in the north we ate like raw fish, shrimp, what else?
You ate raw fish? You eat raw fish?
Yes,
How is
salmon.
how is that? Tell me.
Oh, it's delicious. I love it. But it's part of the Japanese culture, which is sashimi, but it's now very regular and common to find them in seafood restaurants.
Mm.
And the shrimp in the aguachile, which is delicious too.
Oh yes, and that is raw, right? I mean
Yeah,
the
it's
shrimps are
raw.
raw.
Yeah,
And what else does the aguachile have? Shrimps and what else?
lemon, onions, cucumber. Uh, what else? Salt, pepper.
Chiltepino chilies.
Sí, chiltepino, chilies. You want to put another sauce like salsa la negra or
Mm.
huichol. It's
Salsa la
delicious.
negra? We don't have salsa la negra in the
No,
center.
it's a special salsa for seafood.
Mm.
It's delicious and it's strong.
Strong like spicy?
Strong flavor. Yeah, it's spicy, but too. It's not too spicy. At least for me, I love it. But for other people, it is spicy.
That happens. That some of us are no like very sensitive
Yeah.
to spicy food, and we can find people that they just can't eat chili or spicy food.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel when you eat? This is a very, very important question because let me show you this.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel when you eat food?
Mm,
Tell us, Marisa, how do you feel when you eat food?
I feel happy when I eat. I like to eat a lot.
Because there are persons that they don't feel happy. So
Yeah,
how do
you.
you feel, Rebecca, when you eat?
difficult question.
Yes, it is.
I love to eat food, and while I'm eating it, I can feel very happy, but later I can feel very guilty.
Yes, that's like the thing because you can eat healthy, no? But you
Mhm.
imagine that today you ate two hamburgers with chips or with French fries, and then three hot dogs, and then an ice cream. And so, how will you feel about that? No,
Yeah.
sometimes we think that is a women problem, but no, it's not only for women. For women, sorry. So, do you know this lady, the one
No.
in
Yeah.
the photograph?
She made a lot of. Isn't that the lady that made a lot of photographs for a city campaign or something against the bulimia and anorexia? No.
Anorexia. Yeah, it's that one.
Mm.
But well, she passed away already.
Yeah. Those photos were. Yeah.
Yeah, this she when she felt sick and she realized it,
Hmm.
she made this campaign in which she was showing a sick body. So at the end of her life, she was like a fighter because at the end she passed away because of the anorexia, and she couldn't do anything to avoid it.
Yeah.
But she left like this campaign in order to inform or to make people know about all this disorder.
Mhm.
So what can you tell us about the anorexic, Maritza? What would you say about this?
Well, anorexia or anorexia, how do you say it? It's an eating disorder.
Oh yes, it is, but
And well, people, they see themselves fat, but they are not actually fat. They just think they're fat in their heads. Even if they're thin, they see themselves fat.
yeah, and they never stop, no?
Yes.
Until it's too late, or until they just can't, no? Well, she was a model, and in that industry, the models must be like very, very thin, no? And you have a very strict following up of her, of their weight and size and all those things. But this one was like an extreme disorder. So what will you think about all this? What can you say, tell us about this disorder, Rebecca?
Uh, I think it's very sad, but uh, I don't know because I can't stop looking at the girl.
Yeah, she
It's,
looks super thin, no, and sick.
yeah, I. Oh my God.
Hmm.
It's like very impressive how the mind can control us, I think, in a bad way. And
Yeah. Well, in a bad way and in a good way.
in a
That's
good
like
way.
a good thing, no?
Yes, because at the end she tries to do something good with that. Also try to make this campaign, but you know,
Oh yes, at the end she tried to like to pass the message, not to
yeah.
women, but it was too late for her because she couldn't fight against the. Well,
Hmm.
she was fighting, but she couldn't win.
It was too late for her.
It was too late.
In my opinion, sometimes people's cruelty manage all these disorders because they are saying you look so fat, you look so fat, and then that is like a sticking in the head, and you only think of that. So I think in teenagers and women are more exposed to this eating disorder
That's
more than a man.
that's true. And nowadays, not only the society, I mean, the people around can be mean or cruel. In schools, the girls around in the classrooms and in the schools are very mean about this with those girls that are a little bit chubby or fat, no?
Yeah.
And all the time, girls and I mean girls, 10 years old, 11 years old, those ages are thinking in these topics, being thin, being models, looking good, uh, dress in fashion or fashionable clothes. So, and
Sometimes also family starts telling you have to exercise or eat healthy or you look chubby or something like that, and one problem takes you to another one, and then sometimes you want to eat and eat and eat and eat, and then you feel guilty and start provoking how to puke or something like that.
yes, that is like another disorder, no?
Yes,
Because
one disorder takes you to the next one. It's like levels until you get
lost.
get lost.
Yeah. Well, it's this picture is about what you were saying, no? About this vomit and being like eating and then eating back. No? So, and this one, it's about the image that we can have of ourselves. So no matter, and sometimes no matter how thin can you be, if you see yourself as a fat woman, no? And if you don't
Mhm.
like that. So we have two opposite sides, the anorexia, anorexic, and then the obesity. So what can we say about the obesity? I think it's something like it's also dangerous, and it's also like a big disorder, I mean, a very important disorder that is affecting many people. So what can you say, Maritza, about this, about the obesity?
Obesity. Well, it is common too. But for example, if we raise children strong, emotional, they are not going to be too much worry about how they look if they learn how to love themselves the way they are.
I think that will be like the better weapon against that, no, against that.
Yeah.
That is like the problem that people has still this self-esteem or no, or some persons just um, they just need to have more self-confidence, no? So this video is about the fattest man in Britain. At the end, he passed away because of the same thing, no? The body just cannot um, work under those conditions, no?
Mm.
Same thing with the anorexia, the body starts failing because a human body needs energy and needs food to survive. But in the other side, a human body cannot work under that pressure. Lots of pounds or kilos, lots of fat, and also the heart and all the systems start failing. What can you say about the obesity, Rebecca?
I believe it also depends in the context that we live, because for example in my school, at least every student drink Coke or beer.
Beer. So where do
Yeah.
you work? Is it a high school?
It is a secondary school.
And do they drink beer?
Yes, not in the school, but it is the context. So the parents are very permisivos. How do you say that word in English?
Or that they let them do whatever they want?
Sometimes yes. So um, they like to do exercise. Okay, they like baseball a lot, football or soccer a lot, but also they have bad things, like the Coke, or they don't drink water.
Never.
So, they ask for permission to drink water, but they come back with with a juice, not a Coke. But but juice is sugar. They don't have like good habits to eat. They eat a lot of um, French fries and things like that.
Mhm.
So maybe right now they are okay, you know, but later the body will cobrar factura.
Yes.
Sorry.
You
I
have
don't
to
know.
pay after all, no?
Yes.
So, what would you do if you were one of these persons? I mean, what? Can how can a person manage this to be with these disorders that are so difficult to manage? No, have you do you know someone that is in this condition?
I don't know anyone with that condition, but I think that if I knew someone in that condition, I will take him to or take her to the psychologist, psychological help,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
good
have,
advices like, well, you have to love yourself the way you are.
Yes. What about you, Rebecca? What would you say about that?
I have family like that. One cousin.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult because they know they need help, but they are the ones that need to take the first step. He needs oxygen,
Mm.
tanks of oxygen to sleep because he has like strokes, but
Uh-huh.
are not the ones in the heart, right? Or he can stop breathing, so he needs the oxygen to breathe. He can sleep like with boca arriba
Uh-huh.
because he can stop breathing too.
He cannot breathe.
Mm-hmm. Is also he has problems in his knees, but he's still eating a lot of junk food.
Mm-hmm.
So if I they are very sensitive persons, so we can give them advices about it because they get mad. So we just see them.
Yes, you sometimes the only thing that you can do is just to sit and watch, no?
Hmm. That's right. We can do nothing because they don't want help. So if he decide to live like that, it is his problem. Maybe it sounds like ugly, but it is the truth and the reality. They need to go first, and they don't want help.
Wow. Well, that sounds like difficult, no?
Yeah.
Cause to have this like very close to us must be like I mean, these are the types of things that you can see through the television,
Yeah.
and you don't think that they can be, that those things can be close to you, no?
Yes. It's
Maybe the
difficult.
obesity it's common
Hmm.
nowadays. uh, the anorexia it's a little bit difficult to find because it's like a most difficult well, I don't know how to say it, it's the same problem, but
Uh-huh.
the side is the opposite, but
Yeah.
less common.
In my school, there was a girl who suffered anorexia. Then we noticed it because in second year she was chubby.
Mm-hmm.
In third grade now
Uh-huh.
is too skinny. So they talked with her mother and father, and then I think she stopped. Okay, she was on time to
Mm-hmm.
stop it. So I I think she is now okay. I think it.
Well, if they notice it at on time, they can fix it. No, even the obesity, they can be treated, and they can like go over through that illness.
Yeah.
But
One
they
thing that
need this
uh,
attention,
yeah.
doctors and psychologists and family, even family members. No,
Yeah.
nice. Well, I think that let me stop it and let's go back to this presentation. Well, okay. So whenever we are less than 5 persons, these sessions are short because we just well, we are talking with very few people, no? But at the end, if we close this activity, we were talking about food, but I don't remember. Oh, you both like seafoods and Chinese food, no?
Yeah.
But you know, Chinese food it's healthy, but I mean, it has lots of fat, no?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything
Actually,
is like fried, no? Even the rice and everything is fried in liters and liters of oil.
yeah.
So that is not healthy. And maybe the Japanese food will be better, no? Or what do you think?
I think it's better. They need less cooking oil to
Mhm.
do the food.
Oh yes. And you tell me that in your places, the most common thing is the seafood,
Yes.
right? Because you live nearby the sea. You don't like this kind of food? Not even that it's delicious? Because it is. It's delicious.
Maybe if someone pay me.
If someone pays you. Well, you know, here in the center of the Republic, it's very common to have crickets as a snack. So you can buy them in the market, no? And sometimes when you are eating, the people come and offer to you grasshoppers or crickets or worms, and they put it in a plastic bag with lemon and salt and pepper and whatever, and you can eat it as peanuts as a snack. You should try
Maybe someday.
someday, one day. Okay.
Yeah.
And the last point was this two disorders, no? So what can be, which one could be your conclusion about this, Rebecca?
My conclusion, I think about the food, but I think Mexico has a lot of different kinds of food because of the culture
Mm-hmm.
in every state. I believe every food is delicious. And about the eels, I think it's very common now in society to have one of those. At least I don't have anorexia or bulimia, or I'm not too fat, but the fourth picture for me is very familiar. So because here in Los Mochis, I don't know in Guasave, but in Los Mochis and in Culiacan, there is a lot of women. Um, how do you say this? Who are operating their bodies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Having this bypass operation?
No.
Oh, which one?
Not
Ah,
the
the, the aesthetic operation?
yeah, that one. It's very popular now in Los Mochis. A lot of women have their boobs done and the butt and everything.
Taking fat from a place and putting it in another one?
I don't listen, sorry.
It's because in those treatments, they take fat from your body in places
Yes.
that you don't like it,
Uh-huh.
and they put it in the right place, no?
Yes, that's right.
And is it expensive?
Yes, it is expensive.
Oh, that thing.
It's because here if you go to the supermarket, you need to go like um with a nice, dress or with your makeup and your hair done and everything.
To the supermarket?
Yeah. Here is very common. At least in Mochis, I think is the majority
It's
of the
like
people.
the runaway, like the fashion runaway, the supermarket.
Yes, but not like with fancy dresses. It's like you need to look good, you know. You
Looking
need
good
to, yes, looking good.
when you are making shopping. When you are
That is something that I don't like here. That's why I love to go to the United States because I can be in sandals and no one will look at me like, what happened with that girl? She's in
yeah.
sandals.
So I think that in US, in the States,
Mm,
the obesity, it's a big problem. No, you can see it like
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, actually my cousin lives there
No, the one you told us.
and he to see in the supermarket the not the regular supermarket cars. I don't know how to call them. And they use the electronic ones, the ones that you vas
You,
manejando.
you go driving them, no?
Yeah,
And you don't walk and you don't move. You just. Do you
not
remember that movie Wally?
yes part of the
Have you
movie.
seen that one?
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Every time I see that movie, it's like, oh, we are gonna be fat in the
Yeah, the future.
future, and they just don't move. No, the machines do everything to them or for them. So, do you think that it's gonna be the end of our society? Are we all gonna be fat in that condition?
uh, if we were like them, yes, but I think there is also another um, very strong culture of the fit. So there is, I'm like in the middle, but I don't know.
Well,
So
yes.
I don't know because people think they have the right to judge, and that I think create those problems too of insecurity and no es insecurity es inseguridad, pero de otro tipo, ¿no? Like I don't know because maybe my mind doesn't work well.
If that is because it's too late.
Maybe.
But well,
Well, well, well.
let's stop here
Hmm.
because it's too late. Yes, it is. And well, I think this topic is very interesting, but it has many things to analyze, no?
Yeah.
And when you are talking about these disorders, well, it can be a little bit, well, yes, a little bit creepy, or you can like touch persons, no, in a certain way.
Hmm.
Well, let's try to eat healthy and lots of, I mean, going and exercising, no?
It is more like a psychological problem. We
Can
have
be.
to raise stronger children. We need to raise them emotionally stronger. They
Yes,
have to
you're right.
learn how to ignore if they are offended at school, or also teach them how to eat healthy or be active, play some sports to avoid those diseases.
Yes, you're right. To raise stronger kids, no? That is like the clue. Those kids that are strong enough to have self-confidence and to have self-esteem, no?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, totally agree. So thank you very much, Rebecca and Maritza. It was a pleasure to be here with you. So I hope to see you next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Bye.
Rest and see you later. Well, we see you next week. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.